Hi guys, this is Sadik from Debugging.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest PixelOS ROM based on Android 15 onto Galaxy A52s 5G. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone, and then let's get started. First off, get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I have done so on C drive, and as you could see, these are the files of platform tools. Once you have done the extraction, you will now have to get hold of the ROM zip file. So get the ROM from here. Moving on, you now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the Bluetooth on your phone. So let's enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu on your phone. From settings menu, go to about phone and software information. Tap on build number 7 times. This will enable developer options. Now go back, go to developer options and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking and USB debugging as well. Now tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. Tap on allow. And with this, the debugging now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools, type in CMD, hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside the platform tools directory. Now type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. Just give me a second. If you're not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on the PC. So carry out this USB fixer and verify that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to unlock the Bluetooth on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it will also trip the knocks. Once the knocks get tripped, you will not be able to use any Samsung secure features. Moreover, even if you relock the bootloader, the knocks will stay tripped because it's a hardware piece and not a software component. So keep this point in mind. So anyways, if that's all well and good, you could refer to my video or simply enable OEM unlocking, which you have done. Then long press then after that you have to boot the phone to the download mode. Then long press the volume up key to go to the device unlock mode. Then once again press the volume up key to unlock the bootloader. Once that is done, your phone will then boot to the OS. Once that happens, go online and make sure that your OEM unlocking is shown here and it's grey out. With this, you have bypassed the wallkeeper and the unlocking is not successful. This step is very important. Please make sure to do that as well. In my case, I have already done that. Let me verify. As you could see over here, so we have bypassed the wallkeeper, and once that is done, let's move ahead. So now that you have got the ROM zip file as well and you have unlocked the bootloader, now you have to flash the recovery file onto your phone. So flashing the recovery, let me show you. I made a video on that as well, but still I'll show you once again how to get this job done. So first off, you have to unlock the bootloader, which we have done already. Then get hold of the recovery zip file, recovery tar file, and the VBMeta patch tar file from these links. Once you have got both the files, now get hold of the Odin tool from here and extract the Odin tool onto your PC. So let me now show you the Odin tool as well. It should be somewhat here. Extract the Odin tool as well and you will get the following 4 files. As you could see, now you have to boot the phone to the download mode. For that, you could either use the hardware key combination or the ADB command. In hardware key combination, you have to power off the phone, then press and hold the volume up and volume down keys. While holding both the keys, connect the phone to the PC by USB cable and the phone will then move to the download mode. I've given all the steps over here. Our phone qualifies for the first method using the volume keys. So get the job done as well. Or you may simply use the ADB command. For that, it's quite simple. Just give me a second. Let me close all this window. In ADB command, just type in ADB reboot download and your phone will now reboot to the download mode. I always use the ADB command because it's quite easy. So with that said, you could now launch the Odin tool to flash the recovery file once the phone is in the download mode. As you could see, it's now in the download mode. Now launch the Odin tool via the exe file. You will get a prompt, click on OK. And now, first off, make sure that your phone is shown in the COM section and in the log as well. If that's all well and good, go to option and uncheck auto reboot. Now click on AP and load the recovery file, the recovery tar file, which should be somewhat here. Just give me a second. This is the recovery tar file. In the user data slot, load the VBMeta patch file. VBMeta patch is this one. Load the files, and once that is done, and also make sure to uncheck auto reboot. Finally, click on start. The file will now be flashed and you will get the pass message when the flashing is complete. So now what you have to do, as you could see, it's now passed. So now press and hold the power and the volume down keys and keep on holding both the keys for around 7 to 8 seconds till the phone is about to undergo a restart. Once that happens, let go of the keys and then press and hold the power and the volume up keys until the phone is booted to the OS. Let me show you what I mean. So first off, press and hold the power and the volume down keys and keep on holding both the keys. As soon as the phone is powered off, then let go of the keys. So wait for a few more seconds and now let go of the keys and now press and hold the power and the volume up keys and keep on holding both the keys until the phone boots up. This should be around 5 to 6 seconds more. So now press and hold these keys, the power and the volume up keys, and as soon as the phone boots up, you may then let go of these keys as well. So now release this key as well, and your phone should now boot to the recovery mode, the TWRP recovery. If you haven't pressed the keys at the right time, or if there is any mistake, your phone will then boot to the stock OS or the stock recovery. In that case, you will have to flash the recovery once again using the Odin tool. Let's verify what's the case with our phone. Since we have flashed it correctly and I pressed the keys at the right time, my phone should now boot to the recovery mode. As you could see, it's now inside the recovery. Now the last course of action is to do a format data, which will wipe off all the data from your phone, but it's required to remove the encryption. So go to wipe format data, type in yes, hit the blue check mark. The formatting is now complete. And now you have to do a reboot to system. Reboot to recovery will not get the job done. You will not be able to access the storage of your phone. So a reboot to the system is a must. But since we have done a format data, the rebooting will take up some time. That's all normal. So guys, once the phone boots to the OS, let's get started. So let's skip all of this because we have to flash a ROM. So there's no need to set up the stock ROM. Let's simply skip all of this. And our only aim is to enable USB debugging and move to the recovery mode once again. This might take a little bit longer, quite understandable, but this is the only way out. Because if you don't do a reboot to the OS and simply do a reboot to recovery, then that will not work. To access the storage, we have to do a reboot to the OS and then again the reboot to the recovery. That is a must. So let's just do that, and with this we are done with the process. Agree again once again for the final time. And now let me enable USB debugging from here. Settings menu, then about phone, software information, tap on build number 7 times. Go back, developer options, USB debugging from here, and that's just about it. We could now use the ADB command to reboot to the recovery, newly flashed recovery, which is TWRP recovery. And once that is done, your phone should now be visible on your PC, and you could now easily do a file transfer onto your phone without any issue whatsoever. But if you don't do a reboot to system, then either your phone will not be shown on the PC or you will not be able to access the storage of your phone. So if you have a USB OTG, in that case you might skip this reboot to the system, or else you will have to do a reboot to the system. There's no other way out. So with that said, it's somewhat time taking process, but it's only for the one time process. And now I have the ROM file over here. Let's now transfer the ROM file. So copy it from here and wait for a few more seconds. And first we'll verify if we are able to access the storage or not. So our phone should be shown on the PC, and now you could see we could access the storage from here. Simply paste the ROM file from here. But in some cases, if your phone is not shown here, or if you are not able to access the storage, not a cause of concern. Simply do a file transfer inside the platform tools and name the file as rom.zip. After that, you must simply use the command adb push space for file name, which is rom.zip space / SD card. The file will now be transferred in the SD card of your phone, and then you could easily flash the ROM file as well, or you may also use the data directory as well. So apart from the USB mount or the copy paste, you may use the adb push command or the OTG, but please never use the adb sideload, because that is used for the ASP recovery like Lineage OS or Android, and sideloading should never be used with the TWRP recovery or Orange Fox recovery. That is, keep this point in mind always. So with that said, the file is about to be transferred in a few more seconds, and then you will flash the ROM zip file, do a format data and boot to the OS. So always keep in mind that you should never use the adb sideloading with these recoveries. That is a must. Only the adb push command or the OTG will work. So with that said, the file has now been transferred and you could now flash the file. So go to install section. Just let me verify it once the file is indeed transferred or not. So it's now here. Choose the ROM zip file. Swipe to flash. The flashing will now start and will take up to around a couple of minutes. So let's wait for that to happen. So guys, the ROM is now flashed. So now if you want to flash any other zip files such as Magisk, then first do a reboot to recovery and only then flash the file. Finally, you will have to do a format data once again. So go to wipe format data, type in yes, hit the blue check mark. The formatting is now complete, and now you may tap on reboot system. Your phone will now boot to the OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. That is all normal, nothing to worry about. Moreover, let's wait for the boot logo or the boot animation to appear, either of which will signify that the flashing has been done, and they might now appear in around 10 to 15 seconds. So at least wait for that to happen, and then we will have a look at the ROM USB and its features as well. So the ROM boot logo should now appear in a few more seconds. Let's keep a tab on that, and it should now appear, and we have flashed the PixelOS, so the animation should be that only in around 10 to 15 seconds, and we have got the boot animation. This is from the latest Pixel 9 series, and now your phone should boot to the OS in around 30 to 40 seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. So with this, we are now inside the OS, so let's get started. As of now, I'm skipping the initial setup process. If you want, You may connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, link your Google account and restore all the data. But I'm skipping all that to save some time and speed up the process of the ROM setup. So let's skip all of this stuff and skip this as well. Accept the terms and condition. All of this is required for the first time only. And with this, we are now inside the OS in a few more seconds. That's just about it. So you all could see that we already have the pre-installed Google apps, all of that, and there is no third-party app as such. Then apart from that, this is the QoS styles settings menu. And as you might be aware, the PixelOS is a clean stock UI experience with not many tweaks, but still you get a few customization and features. For example, if you go to the system menu from here, let's go to the gestures. These are the few gestures that you get across all the USB ROMs. So I have to take a screenshot. That's working. And after that, what we have, always on fingerprint, quick torch, play to hide, navigation mode. Then in the apart from that, that's just about it. So it's a clean stock UI experience. If you're looking for a sheer Droid like ROM, then that is not there, because we don't have many tweaks and features over here. Still, you get a clean stock fast UI experience without any bloatwares. Just a few pre-installed Google apps, as you could see over here. And that's just about it. Under display, there is again nothing fancy as such. Icon manager, okay, you may sure hide the icon from the status bar. And tap to wake, tap to sleep, double tap to sleep, double tap to wake. Both of them are working well and good. Apart from that, the home settings, let's have a look at that. Again, anything as such. You cannot enable themed icons in the app drawer. Not a cause of major concern. In the wallpaper style, you may change the clock style from here. In the lock screen, you may change the clock style. Let's choose any one of them. So this is a new addition. Let me show you. This one is a new one, I suppose. Still, let me go with this one only. Then you may change the theme engine from here, and the UI will change accordingly. The colors of the ROM will change from here. You may also change and switch to any other color from here as well. You may switch between the light and dark theme from this page. For now, let me go with the blue color, I suppose, which is this. Okay, it's not there. Let's switch with the stock color only. Then apart from that, in the home screen, you have the option to enable theme icons, and they are enabled, as you could see. Let me keep that off. You may change the average size. The maximum is the 5x5 only, which is fine for me. And you cannot change the status bar icons. Neither you can change the clock style or nothing as such as that. So guys, that's all from this ROM. Nothing fancy as such, but it has all the required basic features. And on that note, I round up this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching.